the Rams have got to win out in order to host that first round playoff game. And I know at this stage of the season, that's the goal of Coach Blankenship and his ball club.
We're going to take a quick break. The national anthem being played on the field and the alma mater as well. Stay with us. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. This is the Hometown Insurance Agent Keith 2 countdown to kickoff. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. Between the Rams and Edmond North. We're going to let you listen in as the colors are presented and the Pride of Owasso marching band greets us with the national anthem as we pause for a moment to pay homage to our country. Let's listen into the presentation. Steve Mary, the colors have been presented. We are just about ready for football action here tonight between Owasso and Edmond North. And as we take a look at our Duralast Roofing starting lineups, good news tonight is that we saw him practicing. He was looking good. Isaiah Jacobs is back in the Owasso lineup tonight, and it looks like that he will have the chance to be a difference maker in tonight's game.
Absolutely will, and he will help us considerably in the running game. A D1 athlete who's been out, injured in that Union Gridiron Classic in the preseason down at Union as he twisted along with Will Keeney, Creekmore, and Eddie Nava out on the field for the Rams. So that'll be exciting as well to get him back. Keywan Hay is kind of the quarterback for this Ram defense, but I can tell you, I am excited to see the electric Isaiah Jacobs here tonight and what he can do, a D1 prospect, and he will completely change the game. More importantly for me, Grant, the thing that he brings is relief to Will Keeney so that Will can settle back down in his element and be able to get back in this Ram passing game.
Will Keeney starting at quarterback tonight, Isaiah Jacobs and Ahmad Triplett at the running back positions, Grant Van Landingham and I believe Peyton Lusk getting the start tonight, if my understanding is correct, in the wide receiver positions, Dawson Adams and Chance Lucas at slot tonight, Mario Kirby at halfback, left tackle Tyler Dillingham, Grayson Isaac at left guard, Javon Richbow at center tonight, Louis Boizo at right guard, Jackson Curtis at right tackle, and Hilton Mosby back at tight end tonight. On the defensive side of the football, in the defensive end positions, Hayden Grant and Cayman Severs. Defensive tackle, Aiden Odell. Nose tackle is going to be Hilton Mosby tonight. Outside linebacker is going to be Ahmad Triplett. Cooper Sparks is playing in the inside linebacker position, as well as Jaden Thomason. Free safety is Gage Laney, who we've seen Coach Klink utilize quite a bit this year.
Starting to grow.
Dawson Adams at strong safety, Omar Barker and Deuce Mayberry both at quarterback tonight. As we're getting quite the light show. The one thing about these brand new LED lights is that they can put them into party light mode, and that's
they're in disco mode now. For those that know back, this is quite a display here as the lights flickering back and forth among each post or pod, whatever you want to call it.
Steve started singing like a Bee Gee here a minute ago.
We don't say staying alive too much, but anyway.
But anyway, we've got the Owasso Rams coming onto the football field as they are running through the fog, and this game is just about underway. We're about 4 minutes away here at Owasso Stadium. Let's take a 1-minute timeout. We've got the kickoff when we come back. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFL. football tonight here at Owasso. Here's the kick. It's a wobbly kick back toward Barker at about the 2-yard line. He's on his horse running at the 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, brought down near the 39-yard line and on past it. It looks like he stayed up for just a bit and got to the 44, Steve, and that's where they'll have it 1st and 10 for the Owasso Rams.
Great return. Love what the Rams special teams is doing here tonight. You look at last season, Grant, the Rams were able to come out victorious over the Edmond North Huskies, 42-14 in a relatively easy ball game, a game in which Bryce Cabrera was responsible for 5 touchdowns, make that 6 in that ball game, plus an interception by Josh Proctor. Let's just do the same thing here tonight.
We welcome our listeners in the Wellness Center tonight who just got their hookup as we're just about set to bring you the call in the Wellness Center of Owasso Ram football. Appreciate all of our Ram Room season ticket holders who listen to us week in and week out. As from the 42-yard line, it'll be 1st and 10 seconds into this ball game. Owasso in a bit of a prolonged huddle here as they'll split out Dawson Adams and Grant Van Landingham. Off the right hash mark, Will Keeney takes the snap. Handoff. Isaiah Jacobs up the middle, gets up to the 48 to the 49-yard line, and that's where he'll be stopped and stuffed by the Edmond North defense. That is going to bring up 2nd and about 3 to go. And the first touch of the football from Isaiah, it looks like you could see a difference already, Steve.
Yeah, and Grant, that's what we haven't said a lot of, is 2nd and 3.
Handoff, Jacobs up the right hash mark. Fumble on the play. It's going to be recovered, I believe, by Edmond North.
Well, and that's what you got to be careful of. A guy that hasn't had a lot of playing time coming into the game. I like what he brings to the field, but first and foremost is ball security, and the ball popped out that time, turnover to Edmond North, the Huskies taking over 1st and 10.
Well, it was encouraging to see him run with the football. Now if he can just hold on to it, we'll see some brighter moments for the Owasso offense, and Edmond North will take over here 1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. 11:20 left to go just into this ball game here at Owasso tonight. You're on 100.1 KYFM and live on the internet at OwassoSportsNetwork.com. In at quarterback for Edmond North, Colby Entwistle. He's got a man on each side of him. Hand off to the first man through, stopped and stuffed right there near the line of scrimmage, and they actually got him for about a 2-yard loss, Steve. That'll bring up 2nd and 12. Hats off already to the Ram defense.
Yeah, this Edmond North offense has struggled in their first 4 games, only being able to manage 3 touchdowns and a shutout in those games. So their offense really struggling. You expect this Ram defense to step up to the challenge.
2nd down and 12. Entwistle back to throw this time, looking for a receiver. Slings it up the left side of the field. Overthrows Chris Jagash a little bit as he's the wide receiver and the intended target for Mr. Entwistle. 10:45 left to go, first quarter action here. Just getting kicked off in Owasso as Ram football, brought to you by a number of fine sponsors, including your 3 area McDonald's locations, as Tim Rich and the folks ready to serve you on a daily basis. Download the McDonald's app today. They'll bring it right out to your car for you, as they have done for me several times over the past couple of weeks. Appreciate McDonald's and our friends over there for their fine sponsorship and all they do for the Rams, and for Rejoice Christian as well. And now the whistles blow as Entwistle was about to take the snap. Looks like we're going to have a timeout called by Edmond North. We'll take it with him. Be back in 1 minute. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM.
Ram fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Owasso Ram Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Owasso Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Ram. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Owasso Rams, proudly presented by Jim Glover Auto Family. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
He'll take the snap off the left hash mark. Quick toss across the middle to an open receiver at the 40. To the 45 he goes, and Russell Dilks gets his feet knocked out from under him by an Owasso defender at the 45-yard line.
That defender was Dawson Adams, and he came up and saved the Rams from allowing Edmond North to get a first down, but Edmond North is going to leave the offense on the field with a 4th and short.
4th and just a few inches as Entwistle has a man next to him in the gun. And now, did they get the first down? It looks like they did.
Quarterback sneak as Entwistle got behind his big center there and was just able to get across the 45-yard line enough to move the chains and give the Huskies a first down.
1st and 10 from their own 45, we should mention. 10:05 left to go, no score here at Owasso Stadium. Clock continuing to roll as Edmond North with about 10 seconds on the play clock here. 7, 6,
They
5.
may have to take another timeout if they don't hurry.
2, 1. And
get it off.
They didn't get it off. Delay of game penalty will be assessed to the Edmond North Huskies.
Oh, did they? With a timeout.
They called it just in time, didn't they? Well, I said the delay of game because the referee over here threw the flag, and we were watching that clock roll down. But they say they will get the timeout, and luckily these referees this week are listening when they coaches call a timeout. I know that was a little bit of a struggle.
Bit of an issue last week with Coach Blankenship, as he had called timeout on not one but maybe 2 plays. It was not granted, and so there was a discussion at halftime between coach and referee. But you look with 9:42 to go here in this first quarter, and Edmond North has already burned 2 timeouts to try to avoid the delay of game penalty. So they've already wasted 2 with 1 left to go here in a 1st and 10 situation.
Entwistle from the left hash mark, twins to the right, 1-man split to the left. He'll drop back to throw. The pass batted down. Was it caught? I don't believe so.
Oh,
they were calling for an
interception.
Yeah.
By Deuce Mayberry.
The Owasso folks were making it look like that.
Trying to help make the call.
Yeah, they were trying to help make that call there.
That's what the sideline's for.
That'll bring up 2nd and 10 now. As they'll send trips to the right, there are twins to the right this time. 1-man split to the left, Entwistle off that left hash mark, dropping back to throw, slings it across the middle. It looked like it was almost intercepted. But they're going to call that an incomplete pass.
Taven Severs almost came up with that pass. And here in the early going, Grant, we're seeing that Edmond North likes to use the quick screen, and they've all been to the left side of this offense. And the defense has played it great to be able to thwart any threat by Edmond North. 3rd and 10.
From the 45-yard line, they'll go. Trips to the right this time. Out of the gun, Entwistle from the left hash mark, ready to take the snap. He'll drop back to throw, looking for a target. Guns it across the middle. It's off the fingertips of his intended receiver, and that puts Edmond North in 4th down territory here from their own 45. You would think they'll bring out the punt teams, and they do. 9:27 left to play, first quarter action.
That was intended for Jake McCoy, who is 6'3", 215. So when you overthrow Jake, you got to sell that one over his head. And Ram's going to have an opportunity here for a punt return.
Gage Laney back to receive now for Owasso as he'll set up shop at about the 16-yard line. Edmond North kicking from right to left on the radio dial if you're just joining us. Waiting the snap.
High snap.
High snap. It's in trouble is the kicker. Couldn't go anywhere. They'll sack him at about the 32-yard line. And for Edmond North, Logan Young was going to be the punt returner, and he couldn't go, or the punter, and he actually was trying to kick it away, couldn't go anywhere. The defense rushed him. Great work there by the Ram defense. They'll give Owasso's offense a 1st and 10 marking from their 32-yard line.
And how often have we called the name Tristan Prophet on special teams, and he comes up big again that time, as there were 3 Rams not allowing the punt to get off, and Prophet able to tackle the punter. A short field now for the Rams.
Keeney with Jacobs next to him and twins on each side. Back to throw, slings it up the middle of the field. It's off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Keelan Carney. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Got to hand it to Carney as a freshman, getting a lot of playing time.
Well, and they're going over the middle, taking the shot from the defensive back, Russell Dilks.
Trips to the left side this time. Peyton Lusk split to the right, and now a pause in the action as the referees call a quick timeout, an official's timeout here.
I think it's going to be Grant Van Landingham not having his knees covered.
Trips.
Coach Blankenship's going to have to take a timeout.
Yeah, now he is. 9:14 left to play. First quarter action, no score. It's Owasso at Edmond North. You're listening to Rams football. Back in 30 seconds on KYFM. Owasso and Edmond North. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry along with you tonight as Owasso moves from left to right on the radio dial. They've got a 2nd and 10 at the Husky 32-yard line. Keeney back to throw, slings it up the left side of the field, connecting with Keelan Carney. Carney down to the 20, down to the 15, pushes a man out of the way at the 15-yard line and is brought down near the 13.
Thought they were going to use play action there, an RPO with Isaiah Jacobs. And then Carney out in the left flat, able to catch the pass. Easy throw by Will Keeney and a first down for the Rams.
Twins to the right. Keeney ready to take the snap. Carney in motion to the left. Handoff Jacobs. Isaiah up the middle down to the 10-yard line. And that is after the Westerman Financial Services first down. That's going to bring up 2nd and 5 for the Owasso Rams.
I see Jackson Curtis not in the game tonight at right tackle, so Hudson Mosby will step in, a 6'1", 240-pound sophomore.
2nd and 5, Van Landingham and go and split to the right, taking the snap. Keeney, he'll sling it up the right side of the field. A completed pass, touchdown Owasso. Dawson Adams into the end zone, give him 6.
Great job that time, but that was enabled by great blocking on the outside by the wide receivers, as Adams able to scamper into the end zone for the Ram touchdown.
8:21 left to play, first quarter action. The extra point attempt coming from Christian Johnson. Here's the kick, up through the uprights and good, and Owasso leads it 7-0. The kickoff when we come back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM. Ball carrier stopped and stuffed at the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 10 now for Edmond North.
Hilton Mosby just wrapped him up, maybe even a short loss on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Huskies.
Now 3rd down and about 11 to go with 7:51 left to go in the first quarter. Again, the Rams leading at 7-0. Entwistle with trips to the right this time. One man split to the left from the left hash mark. He'll take the snap, dropping back to throw. Whistle's blowing as he tried to drop back for that pass. We'll see what the flag is for.
There's been a procedure call against Edmond North. Rob, what do you think? Edmond North, okay. Yeah, false start against the Huskies. That'll back about 5 yards.
If you guessed the Huskies were the guilty party like Rob did, you're a winner. You'll get a free piece of pizza at Hideaway.
Rob sees everything.
He does.
He sees it all out here.
What do they call that? Clairvoyant? Or
Yes.
something like that?
Be careful.
I hesitate.
Be careful with that.
I hesitate to use big words.
Yeah.
I am from Arkansas, you know.
I'm going to go with yes. Not sure what that means.
Trips to the right now. One man split to the left. Entwistle off the left hash mark. Dropping back to throw this time. He'll sling it up the right side of the field and connect with an open receiver near the 20-yard line. As nice as that pass was for the Huskies, doesn't give them very much yardage and still brings up 4th down. They'll bring the punt teams out to kick from right to left with 7:04 left to go in this first quarter.
That was Braxton Bickham on the play, another sophomore. Forces Edmond North into a punting situation. Rams should get great field position out of this punt.
That gives you an idea of what Edmond North is up against. Gage Lady is setting up shop at the 46-yard line to receive the football.
Rams got in on it again.
Yeah, they bat down that punt, and it's going to bounce high at about the 13-yard line. You talk about good field position.
Yeah.
You were exactly right.
Short field, for sure.
The punt is blocked by number 47, Josiah Stevens.
And blocking the punt was Josiah Stevens for the Rams. Coach Clink's got to be happy about that. As they'll have it 1st and 10 inside the 15-yard line.
It's like a turnover, if you will. And that's going to give the Rams great field position at the Edmond North 12-yard line. 1st and 10, already here with a 7-0 lead. 6:36 to go here in this first quarter.
By the way, coming up at halftime, Jared Glover from the Jim Glover Auto family will join us. Try to talk him into giving us a new truck.
That'd be nice. Yeah, 2 trucks.
Yeah, we can drive them both down the turnpike to Norman next week. Handoff, Jacobs up the middle, pushing forward, gets to the 10, down to the 6-yard line. And that is going to bring up 2nd and about 3 yards now for the Owasso Rams, as they're going to just try to use Williams as their own personal jackhammer to put this thing in the end zone. 6:10 and the clock rolling. Keeney with twins to the left now. Handoff. Oh, Isaiah Jacobs with his helmet comes
I think
off.
the play stops immediately
Yeah.
once he loses his helmet.
He was headed to the end zone, but that head, I mean, he was.
Headgear came off immediately.
Yeah.
Something in the handoff exchange, so that makes the play dead immediately. Or he had a big hole on the left side had opened up there by Tyler Dillingham and Grayson Isaac.
And now he's going to come out for a play as per the OSSAA rules.
Here's a guy that hadn't played in 4 weeks, Grant, and he's just got to get back in game mode, a little bit of rust. I'm telling you, this guy is exciting, and he will completely change the complexion of this Owasso offense.
Very few times in 20 years of calling ball games on the radio have I seen the helmet come off like that on that type of play. So those of you watching on OwassoSportsNetwork.com, you can see what we were talking about. Keeney and Nava set up together as Keeney takes it out of the gun. He'll sling it left this time to Dawson Adams. Adams inside the 10, brought down for a 2-yard gain at the gate.
Can't quite get outside. A great job by Adams. Keeney getting the ball to him, and so that'll put the Rams in about we'll call it 3rd and 5.
They're going to, looks like, try to kick a field goal here.
Actually, 4th down on that play.
5:37 left to go. They're going to try to go up by 10 here as Christian Johnson, the kicker, ready to try his luck here on 4th down and 5. The hold, the kick, it's end over end through the uprights and good. And Owasso takes a 10-0 lead, 5:34 left to go in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Dilks at the 11-yard line. He picks it up. He's on his horse at the 20. Flags flying as he met an Owasso defender near the 25-yard line, Steve.
Not sure what that was, but it came flying in from about the 35-yard line, thrown inside the 20 was that yellow flag. Nice arm there by the referee.
A 15-yard throw on the official's part.
This is going to back Edmond North up back inside their own 20-yard line. So again, a long field, good special teams coverage that time by the Owasso Rams.
That is going to put the football at the 15-yard line for Edmond North. So we'll see what they do right here. End whistle with a man behind him, twins to the right. Ready to take the snap off the left hash mark. End whistle, handing off, first man through, can't get anywhere. He's stopped and stuffed near the 15-yard line, no gain.
Hilton Mosby in again on the tackle, along with Jay Thomason. Middle linebacker filling in for the injured Kewan Hay. Starting to step up for the Rams.
2nd down and 10, 5:03 left to go, first quarter action. Owasso up 10-0. Twins to the right for the Huskies. End whistle, splitting the hash marks, drops back to throw after faking a handoff, slings it up the right side of the field. Was it caught is the question.
I believe it was.
It was.
Blaine Simpson.
He's awfully close to a first down if he didn't get it there.
They're going to call it incomplete. I thought
yeah.
maybe he had gotten his arms underneath the pass over on the right side. Good coverage by the Rams corner. But Simpson unable to come up with the catch.
From this vantage point, it looked like it could have gone either way. We both thought it was an either-or situation. 3rd down and 10, end whistle with Twins to each side of the line here. Off the left hash mark, he'll take the snap, dropping back to throw. He'll gun it up the middle of the field, and it's off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Blaine Simpson.
Threw it into double coverage there with a mod triplet underneath.
And that'll bring up 4th and 10, and now again Edmond North in a situation where they're so deep in their own backfield that anything they punt may not go past midfield. And the way we've been blocking things lately,
right.
I mean, they've got a problem there too.
The deep snapper and even the snapper on just regular snaps is really having a hard time getting it back to the punter or the quarterback.
4:45 to play, 10-0 Owasso leading. Here comes the punt. He rolls, it rolls out to the right on the keeper, still running. It was a fake. He got to the 10 to the 15. He's up to the 20, or up to the 18-yard line where he's ran out of bounds.
I don't know if that was a called play or something the punter did on his own, but
he may have shifted on the fly.
You're down 10-0. I got to think that Edmond North wanted to punt that football.
I think he got in trouble. They've been in trouble so many times punting tonight. 1st and 10, Owasso at the Edmond North 20-yard line with 4:33 left to play here.
Logan Young, the Edmond North punter, has been under duress all night long.
Twins to the right, Carty and Van Landingham. Keeney with the handoff to Jacobs. Isaiah pushing through a hole at the 15-yard line. He'll be brought down at the 13, and that'll bring up 2nd down and 3 for the Owasso Rams.
Grant, what we're seeing here is Isaiah Jacobs is a north-south runner. He hits the hole quickly. He's hard to bring down. He brings good size at 5'11", 190.
And now Keeney back to throw this time, connects with Peyton Lusk. Lusk is hit head on there near the 12-yard line by an Edmond North defender. 3:56 left to play. That'll bring up 3rd down.
I'd like to see the Rams just be able to continue to pound Isaiah Jacobs up the middle, because his offensive line is doing a fine job, and he is a tough runner, and I know that he's excited to be in the game here this evening.
Twins to each side, but the whistles blow before they can snap the football.
I think Edmond North is short a player.
They had a man running out right when they blew the whistle.
Yeah.
Preston Smith back in the lineup. That's going to move Owasso up for a Westerman Financial Services 1st down. They'll have a 1st and goal from the 7-yard line.
This is definitely Isaiah Jacobs territory.
Now Keeney on the keeper, running forward into the end zone, but flags on the play. He got, if there's no flag against Owasso, he got the touchdown, but we'll see what they call.
Holding against the Rams.
Okay, so that will probably come back here. And they'll try again, but at least a nice attempt on the keeper by Will Keeney. Had there been no penalty, we'd be up 16-0 right now with 3:24 left to go.
Still an opportunity left. 1st down will remain. That'll back the Rams up to the 13-yard line. 1st and goal.
Keeney with trips to the right this time, and one man, Peyton Lusk, split to the left. Ready to take the snap. He does so, slinging it up the right side of the field. He'll connect with Keelan Carty. Carty at the 10. Flags flying as he's brought down at the 7.
I think that was a face mask. Let's see if we're right. Otherwise, it's going to be a hold against Preston Hendricks, who was lined up out at the receiver. It is going to be a hold. I thought maybe there for a moment, as Carty turned his head, that it might be a face mask. So mistakes really hurting the Rams here as they started at the 12-yard line. Now they're going to be backed up on back-to-back penalties out of the end zone to the Husky 22-yard line.
3 minutes even left to go in the 1st quarter of play. Trips to the left this time. Keeney back to throw, in trouble, slings it into the hands of Jacobs. Jacobs at the 20, 15, 10, 5. There he goes. Oh, losing the football. What happened here? It went into the hands of somebody else, but it was Edmond North.
The hands of Edmond North.
Oh, man.
He was down at the 2-yard line, did a great job of shaking and baking to get down there, and then got hit at the 2. The ball popped out almost like a pass up in the air, and Edmond North able to come down with possession.
From our vantage point, it was hard to tell who got it. We didn't know if it was a gray jersey or a Edmond North player, and the Huskies will take over. 2:47 left to play. They'll have it 1st and 10 on their own 1-yard line. Oh boy, it's not what we wanted to see. We were almost for sure that that was touchdown territory for Owasso. 10-0 our score. 2:47 left to play here. Trips to the left for Entwistle and the Huskies as he'll take the snap in the end zone. Flags flying as they put it in his hands.
Well, disappointing there with the Rams. 2 turnovers already in this 1st quarter and missing opportunities to put points on the board. Maybe Isaiah Jacobs still shaking off some of the rust of having not played for 4 weeks.
2:45 left to go here. Handoff, first man through.
Barely got out.
He barely got out of the end zone. It would have been a safety if he had been any further back. 2:32 left to go here.
Blake Minnick on the carry, and he was hit initially in the end zone, but he was able to just stretch out over the goal line and get it out into the field of play.
He powered forward, that was for sure. Entwistle still in the end zone, taking the snap here, dropping back to throw this time. He'll sling it right side. The ball bounces as it's falling incomplete with 2:05 left to go.
Cole Carb's the intended receiver, and he really wasn't in a position. Not sure he was even looking back, anticipating the throw. So the Rams now with their defense have the Huskies in a 3rd and 10 at the Huskies maybe not even the 1 yard line.
If you're Edmond North, you're in a precarious situation right now because every play you're risking a safety. It's just hard to get out. Entwistle ready to take the snap here, and it drops on the ground. He's back to throw. He was able to pick it up. He slung it up the right side of the field.
We're going to have late flags, and I think that's going to be unsportsmanlike conduct against Deuce Mayberry. That ball, as the quarterback rolled out to his right, was well overthrown. There was a receiver underneath and a receiver over the top, and Deuce Mayberry took the receiver over the top out of the play. And I don't know if you call that a defenseless player after the play or whatnot, but that's going to bring the ball out to the Husky 11-yard line at a 1st and 10 as this Ram defense, with an opportunity to get off the field, will, after that mistake, have to remain out.
Well, and unfortunately it brings him to the 16.
Yeah.
Man on each side of Entwistle as he drops back, hands off, first man through, gets it back. They toss it back to the quarterback. He slings it up the right side of the field to the 35, to the 40, back down to the 35, 30, 15-yard line is where they'll bring it down. And Russell Dilks, the ball carrier, they basically flea flicker play, and then he was able to sling it up to Dilks, and an unsuspecting Owasso defense just had to watch as Dilks made it to the 15-yard line.
And in one play, the Huskies flipped the field.
Entwistle trips to the left. We'll take it out of the gun here as soon as the chain gang can catch up with the football team. And now a handoff.
Oh, nice job in that Ram defense right up the middle.
Dilks.
That was Dilks on the run again, but he ran into a host of Rams.
Dilks, the ball carrier, leveled by those defenders, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Peyton Grant leading 3 players there, along with Hilton Mosby. I believe that Matt Lohr may have been in the mix as well, but there was just no room between the tackles that time.
Matt Lohr, the most impressive ball carrier of the Union game by accident. And now Entwistle off the right hash mark, ready to take the snap.
Edmond North can't get a playoff because they have to burn their 3rd and final timeout with 59 seconds to go here in this first quarter. The Rams lead 10-0, and if the Huskies get down on the play clock again, they're going to have to take the 5-yard penalty.
Take a 30-second break with them and be back right after this. 59 seconds to play in the first quarter.
They're bringing it back.
Oh, no, let's stay here. Let's stay
Bringing
here.
it back. I'm sorry. Maybe they did not burn the timeout and they took a penalty there.
Trips to the left. Entwistle back to throw. Slings it up the field and bounces high off the shoulder pad of an Owasso defender, and it was almost caught, but it fell incomplete, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 15.
Intended for Ryan Mann, but Dawson Adams came up from his free safety position, almost able to pick that one off. Now we're going to see the Rams go to a nickel defense as they bring in extra DBs.
So on 3rd down,
just keep it in front of you.
here come the Huskies. Entwistle back to throw, slings it up the left side of the field. It's caught, and double coverage by the Owasso Rams as they'll bring down Ryan Mann, the receiver, near the 14-yard line.
Nice job that time by Entwistle as he threaded the needle between 2 Ram defenders. I thought each defender may have had an opportunity for the interception as the clock continues to tick. Under 30 seconds to go here in this first quarter.
Edmond North trying to kick a field goal with Jack Kilgallen, the kicker. Got 15 seconds left to go in the quarter. Here's the kick. It's blocked. And so much for that for Edmond North with 11 seconds left to go in the quarter. Owasso will get the ball back. They'll have a 1st and 10 at their own 11-yard line.
And the Rams just blew up the middle again, as Kilgallen did not even have an opportunity to get that one off the tee or off the ground on the field goal.
Special teams definitely a struggle for Edmond North tonight. And actually, I stand corrected. Owasso will have the 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line after the missed field goal.
Ball ended up in the end zone.
Academic Advantage, proud to help you out with all of your academic tutoring needs, and they also specialize in things like ADHD assessment and ACT prep. Visit them on the web, academicadvantage.org. Keeney handing off to Jacobs as he tries to punch up the middle. He'll get to the 24-yard line to bring up 2nd and 6 for the Rams.
Just waiting for Isaiah Jacobs to bust a big play as we end 1 quarter of play.
All right, our score 10-0 in favor of the Owasso Rams. We'll take a 1-minute break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
Introduced down on the field with RCB Bank for many years. Wonderful lady and part of the Owasso community.
Keeney back to pass, trying to connect. Can't connect with his receiver, Deuce Mayberry, and that'll bring up 3rd down and about 6 to go.
Not sure Deuce was able to turn around as the ball was in the air and pick it up, but he was well behind the defender. And it's an easy score for the Rams if Deuce can make that play, unable to do so 3rd and about 7.
Keeney off the right hash mark, getting a 2nd set of instructions from the sideline. We'll see what he can do here with 11:55 left to go in the half. Keeney back to throw now, in troubles. Dances to the right, connects with an open Keelan Carney near the line of scrimmage, but that'll bring up 4th down and 7, and now Owasso's punt team will have to see what they can do here.
Grant, we're always excited to find out where our listeners are listening from, and my friend Josh Adsit is tuning in from New Hampshire.
Wow.
One of the former ministers here at First Church Owasso with Movement Christian Church, about 40 miles north of Boston. Appreciate him listening to Owasso Ram football about 9 million miles away.
Have some clam chowder on us.
Absolutely. All I know is that's a long way.
It's a long way from the house, that is for sure.
Appreciate knowing that we have listeners tuning in from a distance.
I appreciate knowing we have listeners,
right here in Owasso. Sure, yeah.
I mean, it is you and I doing the broadcast.
Outside of our family. So, yes.
And now backing up the I don't even know about my own family, though, because I asked my uncle. He was talking about the Union game. I said, "Where'd you listen?" He said, "The Sports Animal." I was like, and I'm sitting here doing the ball game myself.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
No, but we appreciate all of our listeners wherever you are. Punt is going to be fielded at about the 50-yard line, and Russell Dilks is the returner. He gets to the 50-yard line no further, and that is where Edmond North will have it 1st and 10.
Please turn your attention to the north side 20-yard line. And welcome today's most spirited student, Michael Zaragoza.
Also, our friends here at First Baptist in Owasso. You got Pastor Chris Wall, Chad
Yes.
Balthrop, and Keith Davis doing a great job and tuning in here. As you mentioned, the locals,
Yes.
Bruce McCarty, and
Thank you.
those guys. Got a lot of church people listening.
We do.
Shouldn't they be studying for Sunday's message? I don't know. I'm just.
They should probably be counseling us,
Okay, yeah.
knowing
Okay. All right.
We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 11:09 left to play. 10-0 our score. Owasso leading. We're back after this 30-second break. This is Ram Football on KYFM.
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Colombia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, but spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone and Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region. We bring all of that power here to Owasso.
First half of play, 10-0. Owasso leading it. Ram Football on KYFM, brought to you by a number of great sponsors, including Mike Westerman and the crew at Westerman Financial Services. Quick toss from the quarterback Entwistle into the hands of Damon Murphy. Murphy gets down to the 45-yard line, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, I said 45. They're going to give him about the 43. And that'll bring up 2nd and 7. But we've got some trainers coming onto the field here to tend to an injured Husky.
Try to see who that is. I believe that's going to be either a wideout or a tight end. It's a tight end, Dwaylen Reed, a 6 foot, 205 pound sophomore. Checking out that right leg, lower leg. I don't know if that's a cramp or maybe he got blocked and twisted up in some traffic.
2nd down and about 7 to go. As they bring him off the field, we'll let you know that you don't have to take your car to Tulsa for work on a foreign car like an Audi or a BMW. Our friends at Brewski Auto Technica ready to help you out with all of those foreign car repair needs. Go see Brandon Brewski and the crew. I don't know if he works on a Lexus 460 or not, but we can ask him.
I don't know. I don't know if he could work on your Aston Martin either. So
I wish I had an Aston Martin.
So do I.
Back to pass is going to be Entwistle trying to connect with the open Damon Murphy.
Great defense by Edmond. Triplet out there. Again, in on the tackle. We've called his name a couple of times. Hayden Grant getting out from his left defensive end position into the flat, making the tackle here on the near side.
But anyway, to finish our thought, Brewski Auto Technica is the place to go. We appreciate their fine sponsorship.
I don't know. It's all foreign to me.
Absolutely. I have a Ford, a Buick, and a Cessna. Lovely London Ward has just shown up with a pulled pork sandwich and a Dr. Pepper in hand. Thank you, darling. She didn't bring Steve anything, but that's okay. And now on 3rd and 10, we're going to see what Edmond North is going to do here, as they are actually going to call a timeout to talk things over. 10:05 left to go in this first half of play. Owasso leading at 10-0. Back in 30 seconds, you're listening to Owasso Ram Football on KYFM. 10:05 left to go in the first half, and Owasso leading at 10-0 over Edmond North. Grand Barrel Steve Mowry along with you off the right hash mark. It whistle. Back to throw. The pass batted down by an Owasso defender. And that is going to bring up 4th down and 10.
Ram defense doing another great job here this evening, harassing not only the Edmond North Husky offense, but special teams as well. As again, let's see what happens here. We've been pretty fortunate harassing the punter as the Huskies come back in to kick it away.
Gage Laney back deep to receive. Steve Mowry proficient at harassing everybody, actually, is what I've heard. The kick coming from Edmond North. They actually get one off. Calling for the fair catch is Laney at the 23-yard line, and that's where Owasso takes over 1st and 10.
Nice job by the sophomore to come up and make that catch in traffic. And again, Grant, we talk about things that you don't see that don't show up in the stats. Right there, that's a huge play by Laney to come up and make that catch in traffic so that ball doesn't roll down inside the 10, possibly the 5-yard line, to keep the Rams with good starting field position at their own 23.
9:55 left to go in the half. Man in motion to the left as the handoff is to Jacobs. Isaiah up the middle, gets up to the 27-yard line, so that'll bring up a 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6 now for the Owasso Rams with 9:44 left to play.
I don't know. I just feel like Jacobs is going to bust one out here before the night's over. The Rams with 61 yards on the ground.
As long as he can hold on to it, he can bust the move all he wants. Keeney getting a second set of instructions from the sideline. Clock rolling is 10 left on the play clock. Handoff. Jacobs pummeled at the 28-yard line. Maybe a gain of a yard on the play. Christian Cantu, the defender, making the stop there for the Huskies, and that'll bring up 3rd and 5.
Also, Russell Dilks again in on the tackle, playing linebacker and running back, slot receiver. He goes all over the place, but not much running room there for this Ram offense.
Twins to each side of the line here. Keeney.
They're showing blitz again, are the Huskies.
Looking to take the snap here momentarily. He got another look at the sideline. He's ready to go. Will back to throw. Looking in trouble. Scrambles to the left. Keeps it. And busts up to the 35-yard line. Gets him a Westerman Financial Services 1st down. And we can move up the chains on that one. It'll be 1st and 10. They'll say the 36-yard line. Well, 37 is where they'll mark off the football.
Nice job by Keedy to run and move the chains for the Rams. Empty backfield now on this 1st down.
Trips to the right, Twins to the left, and Keeney taking the snap on the keeper. Busts up the middle again. Gets to the 45-yard line. An 8-yard gain will bring up 2nd down and 2.
A player going to have to go out of the game as he lost a helmet. Ethan Hughes, the defensive lineman. And so coming in for him will be Cody Carroll at that defensive tackle position.
Trips to the right, Twins to the left, and Isaiah Jacobs taking a handoff. He runs to the right. He is sacked for a loss there. That'll bring up 3rd down and about 4.
Haven't really seen the Ram receivers be as proficient on blocking on the outside on those east-west runs. The Rams really do a much better job by just striking quickly up the middle, running north and south. And I'd like to see the Rams stay with that play between the tackles.
Trips to the left now, and Keeney ready to take the snap. But
only 5 guys are in the box right now, so a lot of room. Let's see what Will chooses to do here on this RPO.
He's between the hash marks. Jacobs now set up to his right. Will dropping back to throw. Slings it up the middle of the field. Nobody there to get it.
Just over the head of his intended receiver, Trey Goins. Been quiet the last couple of weeks, having exploded in those first couple of games. And Will's throw might have wanted to put more air under that pass and give Goins a better opportunity to run under it. Goins had easily gotten behind the defenders. So I think the Rams are going to see some things here where they can get behind this Husky secondary.
4th down and 4. A man, they're going to punt it away here. The Edmond North Receiver set up at the 20-yard line. Fake punt, though. They'll run it up the middle, headed for the 35 to the 30-yard line.
Wow, there was no hesitation whatsoever as soon as Alex Hayes caught that snap.
Oh.
He took off right up on the left side. I believe that was between what would have been the guard and tackle. And the kid can fly. He got downfield. I thought he was going to score. There was one man left to catch him. And so the Rams will maintain possession. 1st and 10 at the Husky 31-yard line.
He hit the gas pedal, caught him off guard. 1st and 10 Rams at the Husky 31, as you mentioned. Now twins to each side of the line here. Keeney ready to take the snap. He'll drop back to throw. Will slinging it up the field. Deuce Mayberry, is it caught? No, they'll call it an incomplete pass as he was waiting in the wings there and just couldn't keep his hands on it. That'll bring up 2nd and 10 from the 31.
Can't throw it any better than that, Grant.
No, you
and again, I'm not trying to downplay anybody, but the Rams, the drop pass has been their Achilles heel on offense this year.
2nd and 10. Let's see what they'll try here. Off the left hash mark, Keeney now handing off to Jacobs. Isaiah up the middle, gets to the 29, gain of about 3 on the play to bring up 3rd down and 7.
Hey, by the way, I want to mention the last time we were here, one of our chain gang got rolled up over on the far side. That was not Mr. Dawson, it was Larry Holland, and I'm pleased to announce that he was not really injured on the play, doing extremely well.
Well, that's good.
Yes, good news.
Christian Favalora assigning injury to Mr. Dawson that didn't happen.
Well, I did too, yeah. I checked on him the next day and he corrected me.
Y'all are fake news, unfortunately,
Mr.
on that
Dawson's a
one.
former teacher of mine, and I can assure you he has corrected me on several occasions.
3rd down and 7 when we come back, but Owasso wants a timeout. We'll take it with them back in 30 seconds. This is Owasso Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com. I'm going to just hold off and wait until halftime to eat that. That's for you, Renee. Back to throw. Keeney looking for an open receiver. Overthrows his intended, as that was set for Isaiah Jacobs, who was split out to about the 8-yard line, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 7.
Maybe territory. Let's see what Coach Blankenship decides here. This may be kind of that too far to kick a field goal.
Yeah, they're going to bring
too close to punt.
Bring everybody out.
Let's go for it here and see what we can do. Maybe something out on the right side. There's a lot of room.
Keeney off the left hash mark.
We got single coverage over here on the near side with Peyton Lusk.
We'll see what he does right here. Faking a handoff. He'll sling it up the middle to Grant Van Landingham. It's good enough for a 1st down.
Will Keeney just threw a dart on Van Landingham's stretched lance, and Grant just got the back half of the football to make the catch and move the chains.
Up to the 9-yard line, they'll go 1st and goal from the 9 with 6 minutes even left to go in this, the first half of play. 10-0, Owasso leading, but they are knocking on the door here. Keeney with Isaiah Jacobs behind him. Hands off, Jacobs up the left side, finds a hole, gets down to the 5, down to the 3-yard line.
Grant, that's a type of run that is indicative of what this Ram offense really needs. He gets contact made initially at about the 8-yard line and is able to drive the defender on inside the 5 down to the 3-yard line.
5:27, clock rolling here. One man split to the left, twins to the right. Man in motion to the left. Handoff. Isaiah Jacobs
Yeah,
busting
got
up the
in
middle.
backfield that time.
Everybody there to bring him down.
Coming off the left end was Christian Cantu. Able to get the ankles of Jacobs. Still trying to shake off some rust, but I'm telling you, this guy is a game changer for this Ram offense.
That'll bring up 3rd down and goal from the 5-yard line.
If he can hang on to the football. Had a couple of misfortunes here tonight as he let the ball loose into the Huskies' hands.
And now, handing off Jacobs. No, a keeper. Keeney into the end zone. Touchdown. Faked the handoff. Faked everybody out, including me. Rolled to the right. Marched into the end zone. Held that football in the air. Touchdown. Rams 16-0 our score. 4:48 left to play here, and they'll try to kick the extra point via the toe of Christian Johnson. The kick coming. It is up through the uprights and good. 17-0 our score. Owasso leading Edmond North with 4:48 left to go in the first half. We'll take a break, be back in 30 seconds. This is Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Rams kicking from right to left. It's right down the middle of the field. It'll be picked up at about the 7-yard line. To the 20 they go, to the 25, and the ball carrier, Damon Murphy, for Edmond North. They'll give them a 1st and 10 marking from their own 25, Steve.
14 plays for 77 yards. That scoring drive took 5 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock. But I tell you what's a key here tonight, Grant, is the average field position for these ball clubs. Edmond North, with the long field, has started on an average at their own 17-yard line. The Rams have started with an average at the Edmond North 47-yard line. That's really the difference maker in the game, along with special teams.
Another RCB bang by the number stats update. It whistle.
Flea flicker again.
Trying to do the flea flicker here, and that one didn't go as well this time.
Flag here on the near side by the head linesman.
4:33 left to go in the half. A 17-0 lead for Owasso.
It's going to be a procedure call against Edmond North. See if they decline this.
Don't forget, coming up next week, it's a Thursday night game as we're heading down the Turner Turnpike.
Oh boy, that'll be fun.
You've got the Pike Pass in the bunch, so we'll ride with you.
I haven't paid that up lately. But I learned if you go through fast enough, they don't come after you. So.
Well, we'll see if that works. 2nd down and 10. Back to throw, it whistle, guns it up the middle of the field as his intended receiver brought down at the 34-yard line.
Ryan Mann able to make that catch.
That'll bring up 3rd down and about 2. Oh, 3rd and 1. I stand corrected by the Huskies of Edmond North. One man set behind in whistle. The Twins to the right. He tries to keep
this is going to be a little bit closer on the quarterback sneak.
Yeah.
Needed to get across the 35-yard line, and the referees are signaling to move the chains, but he just got it on the white. That's all he needed.
They'll get the 1st down out of it at the 35-yard line.
1st and 10 as the clock continues to roll. Under 4 minutes to go here before halftime. Rams lead 17-0.
1st and 10, Edmond North. Back to throw. It whistle slings it up the middle of the field, connects with Mann down at the 43-yard line, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 2.
Tackle made there by Gage Laney. Mon Triplett initial contact, was unable to wrap up, and so we're going to see a second and short by Edmond North. This clock continues to roll.
This Entwistle man duo seems to be what's been working for Edmond North lately. Back pass, Entwistle connects with man at the 46. He'll punch forward to the 40.
Looks like the Rams are just sitting back in the zone, and man is able to just find that seam on the simple slants and also the 8 to 9 yard curls. So see if Coach Klink doesn't decide to make an adjustment. I think the Rams can get a pick if they decide to man up tighter.
Huskies at the Owasso 42. Entwistle back to throw, rolling to the right this time on the keeper. He'll run out of bounds at the 39. So a gain of 3 on the play will bring up second down and 7. 2:55 left to play in the half. 17-0 Owasso leading.
Grant, I want to send another shout out to Val McKenzie. I know is listening at home tonight. She's the mom of former Owasso Ram and John Kolb Award winner Ty McKenzie, doing some recovery at home, and want to wish her well.
Second down and 6 to go. Entwistle taking the snap, dropping back to throw. It's intercepted. Here come the Rams to the 45-40, down to the 35, down to the 30. Ran out at the 27-yard line, and on the interception, Severs. Cayman Severs turning the tables for the Owasso Rams with 2:44 to play.
We just talked about, I thought the Rams defense would be able to get a pick on the play. Cayman Severs did a fantastic job of reading the middle screen, getting between the initial wedge, and just really caught it right in the shape. He had no choice but to catch that pass and was able to scamper downfield. The Rams now, with 2:44 to go here before halftime, with another opportunity to put points on the board.
To the 27-yard line they go. First and 10 Owasso. Empty backfield behind Will Keeney. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Keeney off the left hash mark, dropping back to throw, connects with an open Dawson Adams. Adams down at the 22-yard line, and that is a gain of about 10 or about 8 on the play, but we'll see what the flag comes up with here. Not sure what the clairvoyant Rob Williams has seen on this one, but I think that unsportsmanlike conduct on the Owasso Rams.
Those are the things that have got to be cleaned up. Again, we're seeing some things this season that we did not see the Rams do on their quest to the state championship last season.
Twins to each side of the line here. And now another flag flying. I think it was on Edmond North. Offsides there on the defense. So luckily for Owasso, that'll kind of offset some of the yardage they were penalized by on that unsportsmanlike conduct. Take them to the 30-yard line where it'll be first and about 13. Keeney ready to take it off the right hash mark here.
Try to get a score here. Let's get this one in.
Twins to the left, twins to the right. Keeney back to throw. He'll sling it up the field. It's intended for Lusk. Caught. Touchdown, Owasso. Yes, give him 6, 23-0. Peyton Lusk catching a beautiful pass from Will Keeney in the end zone for the touchdown.
Great job, Will, putting enough air under that to the athletic Peyton Lusk. Hadn't had a lot of opportunities. That's his first touchdown, varsity touchdown for this Owasso Ram football team. You know, you got to be excited for that young man. But credit Will Keeney with what you described a fantastic pass.
Christian Johnson trying to kick the extra point here. We'll see what he can do. The kick end over end through the uprights and good. 24-0 our score. 2:04 left to play. We'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM. about the 6-yard line. Good reception there for
Good coverage as well.
Edmond North as they'll take it back out to about the 26-yard line, and that's where they'll have it 1st and 10.
And on the stop is Tristan Profit again. He is a special team, special player. Profit all over the field here tonight on special teams. Vying for that coveted player of the game.
Absolutely. The McDonald's player of the game.
McDonald's player of the game.
Got some gift cards for the winner. All the sausage biscuits they can scarf down for the next few weeks. Handoff from Entwistle. First man through is Xander Steele. He doesn't get too far.
Jaden Thomason is there to meet him.
Actually, strike that. That's Ian Redding, the ball carrier. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. 1:36 left to play here. Glad you're with us tonight here on InsideOwasso.com and online and on the radio at KYFM 100.1. Entwistle handing off again. First man through gets to the 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Can they get him down at the 40? No.
Wrap him up.
Breaking free. They'll get him down to the 30-yard line, and that's Blake Minnick on the run there.
A couple of Rams came over and tried to shoulder tackle him, but he's a fire plug running downfield. You got to wrap that big fellow up to drag him down because he wasn't taking any prisoners on that run.
1:11 left to play in this half. 24-0 our score. There comes Mr. Glover now. I'll give him the hard sell, Steve.
Do that, yeah.
Twins out to the right. One man split to the left.
Market Hawk.
Entwistle handing off again.
Another good job by that Ram defense.
They'll wrap him up at about the
Jaden Thomason again on that tackle with a mod triplet, and then you also have Cameron Bland, 5'10", 275-pound defensive lineman.
no gain on the play there, as that'll bring up 2nd down.
We may have had procedure before the snap. You know, it wasn't a timeout as the Huskies burned all of 3 of theirs in the first quarter.
That'll bring up 3rd down here.
Under a minute to go, 51 seconds. Rams lead 24-0, trying to keep the Huskies off the board here in this first half.
Try to turn up the defensive pressure here. As now Entwistle with a quick handoff. They try that flea flicker again. It's picked off, intercepted. Brought down at the 43-yard line is Deuce Mayberry for the Rams.
That play was destined for disaster from the very beginning, and Deuce Mayberry made them pay with the 3rd turnover in the first half.
So that'll turn it around and bring up 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line.
We got time to score.
Yeah, we do. So Owasso set to bring the offense on the field. Our man Jared Glover coming in for the halftime interview. I heard he was going to do play-by-play in the 3rd quarter. We're still not sure on that one. Trips to the left, empty backfield behind Keeney. Handoff, Jacobs rolling around the left, gets up to the 50, down to the 46-yard line, and that's another Westerman Financial Services 1st down. They'll move up the chains with 35 seconds left to play in this first half, Steve.
Still got time. Clock ticking down.
Twins to each side now. Keeney handing off. Jacobs trying to bust up the middle, and he'll be brought down to about the 44.
The Rams will take a timeout here.
We'll take it with them and be back right after this. 21 seconds left to play in the half. Back in 30. This is Owasso Ram football presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM. What's going on, man?
Guys.
Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Yes,
How are you?
sir.
Hey, buddy.
Douglas,
Yeah.
Kung Fu fighting?
He's kind of a big deal.
Absolutely. One-hit wonder, actually. From the left hash mark, Keeney back to throw with twins to each side. Slings it way up the field, aiming for Mayberry. It's over his head.
Still with 14 seconds left on the clock. Third down, take another shot, maybe get down in field goal position.
Still time to do something on 3rd and 7 here.
Out of timeouts, so you got to make sure, if anything, get a first down and run up and spike the ball. Clock will stop until the chains are set.
Same formation, Keeney off the left hash mark, handing off Jacobs, punching up the middle. He'll get to the 40 and no further. That'll bring up 4th down and about 3 to go.
That's going to run out the clock.
Yeah, it will. We have come to the end of the first half. 24-0. Our score, 2 quarters put in the books. The Jim Glover Auto Family Halftime Show is next. And we've got Jared Glover hanging out with us in the press box. So we'll talk to him here in about 3 minutes or so. This is Owasso Ram Football on KYFM.
Jacob backs. We're just a week or two from getting Keywan Hay back. That's going to make a tremendous difference in some of these sophomores getting some experience as well.
End over end kick will start the third quarter. Didn't realize we were going to have a Copan reference on the broadcast.
Yeah, sorry about that. I hope I didn't offend anybody. The Yellow Jackets really are a good ball club up there, but I'm just saying at 6A level, I
usually throw in Gans.
Okay.
That's what Pond Creek, Hunter, Weber's Falls, and all the Class B teams.
Pond Creek can play some football, though. Got to be careful there.
Got to send a shout out to our man Greasy Steve, the mayor of Pond Creek.
There we go.
Proprietor of the Greasy Steve Saloon there. 24 that's really a thing.
Really?
Yeah.
I need that T-shirt.
I'll take you to Eden. How about that? Next time we have to play in Eden, we'll stop there.
Love that drive.
All right. The Huskies with the football, handoff to the first man through. He's going to get to the 21-yard line to bring up 2nd and 9.
I did have a good drive over there one time a couple of years ago as the Rams won a state baseball championship. So it's always fun to come back.
David Allen Ballpark.
That's exactly right, man. It was nice. Somebody else thought they were going to win, and some guys like Gabe Neff and Dunn had some different ideas.
The crown jewel of downtown Eden. Back to throw, Entwistle connecting with man at the 28-yard line.
Great defense there again by Laney. We've called his number a lot here tonight. And again, Grant, people are gonna start hearing us talk about these sophomores. They're growing. They're getting better. They're making plays, playing with more confidence, and that's what Coach Blankenship wants. If it continues throughout the rest of this season, this Ram ball club is going to be someone to contend with.
Entwistle on the keeper, ran down by a barrage of Owasso defenders.
I'm not sure he got there.
No, I think that's going to bring up 4th down and about a yard to go with 10:53 left to go in the third quarter. Thank you for taking over while I was running the stairs. Coming back from down below.
That was running.
That was running for me, I can tell you that. 4th down in the yard. Big weekend here. They've got a marching band competition here tomorrow. And lots happening in the world of Owasso High School. Good luck to the pride of Owasso. Back to throw, Entwistle slings it up the right side of the field. His intended receiver was Jack Cheap, and he got his feet knocked out from under him at the 30-yard line. And that is going to be good enough for a Edmond North first down.
Again, the tackle made by Gage Laney. Now, we like to hear Gage getting his name called out, making tackles, but not that often, because that means the Huskies are getting into this secondary. So those patterns out in the flat have traditionally given the Rams trouble, a little bit of trouble here this evening as well, but this defense has played remarkable.
1st and 10 Huskies at their own 30-yard line, moving left to right on the radio dial. Man in motion to the left as Entwistle drops back to throw. His intended receiver was Chris Jagash.
He was the outside receiver here on the near side, and for the most part, these patterns have been short and simple, as Jagash just running about a 5-yard slant to the inside, and Entwistle just kind of waits until he sees that window to get it to his receiver. He's been fairly effective with that here this evening.
Twins to each side. Off the right hash mark goes Entwistle, dropping back to throw, in trouble, scrambling around a defender. They try to drag him down. He throws it out of his hands and out of bounds.
Almost got him was Hayden Grant right there. Had him wrapped up by the ankle, but Entwistle with that 1 foot was able to plant and throw out of bounds so he doesn't lose any yardage. But this Ram defense has really done a good job of firing off the ball, getting into the backfield. It's going to be 3rd and long now for the Huskies.
The Huskies tonight and Thursday night. Road trip to Norman North. You figured out where we're stopping to eat yet?
Not that far ahead. I need the W here.
Absolutely.
The Ram country needs a W here tonight.
Off the right hash mark, Entwistle takes a handoff, scrambling, in trouble. Defensive moves aplenty as they bring him down way behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 4th and about 1.5 miles as they brought him down at the 21-yard line.
First one in was Andre King, and Hayden Grant again in. Entwistle just decides he better just go down and not take a chance on losing any more yardage or turning the ball over.
Gage Laney set up at the Owasso 44 to try to return the punt here.
Ought to get good field position again.
Based on their special teams, there's a good chance we might be able to block. We'll see. They roll out to the right. Here's the kick. It is short. It is going to come down at about the 50-yard line and out of bounds. 8:55 to play in the third. Owasso still leading Edmond North 24-0 if you're just joining us. KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville as we head into the 9 o'clock hour.
Hey, how are those Hogs doing?
Don't ask.
Okay.
They played better than, against Auburn than I thought they
gave
would.
up 34 points. So that's
Well, it's better than the 64 I thought they might give up. Keeney handing off to They're on the keeper, rolling around, faking a handoff. He'll get up to the 42-yard line. I'm not sure the Hogs could beat Owasso right now.
Yeah, they're struggling. They did look better, but Auburn is pretty good.
Second down, 4 to go from the 42-yard line. Keeney with twins to the left, one man split to the right. Ready to take the snap, handing off. Jacobs punching up the middle. It's another Westerman Financial Services first down. He'll get to the 34-yard line on that one. Move up those chains for a 1st and 10.
Yeah, we're going to have a timeout on the field as we have an injured Edmond North player on the ground.
We'll take it with them and come back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
It's Kane Sharp, 42.
You can play another one.
You guys in the Wellness Center still awake?
Anniversary here at Owasso the Bar. Drop by and get some good savings on vehicles. Handoff, first man through is Jacobs. He's going to get up to the 33. That's going to bring up 2nd down and 8, Mr. Mowry.
It has been confirmed that that most of the folks in the Wellness Center are still listening, so I just wanted to make sure.
Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
You sent a shout out to them during the break.
Well, yeah.
Radio listeners were not able to hear that, but they are still awake
Someone
over
over there is ragging on us here, so.
Twins to each side, back to throw Keeney. He'll sling it up the right side of the field. His pass intended for an open Peyton Lusk, who is split out to the 25-yard line.
Peyton went down and turned to the inside, and I think it was an out pattern. And again, just miscommunication between quarterback and receiver.
24-0, 3rd down and 7 to go here. Twins to each side is ready to take the snap is Keeney. Keeney dropping back to throw, slinging it left side to Isaiah Jacobs. Room to run at the 30, down to the 25, right down near the 23-yard line. And he was knocked out of bounds here, but that's good enough for a Westerman Financial Services first down. 7:37 left to go here. 3rd quarter action. Trips to the right this time. Keeney taking the snap off the left hash mark, trying to hand off to Isaiah Jacobs, but another flag flying, and we'll see what the dirty laundry is for.
Breaking the action here, Grant, we want to send a shout out to the class of 1983, the Owasso High School class of 1983, coming back here for their 35-year reunion. Now, I'm going to tell you, that's an old bunch of people there. 1983.
Can you believe that a class 20
they
years
all got,
younger?
they all got handicapped parking passes, so.
Can you believe that a class 20 years younger than you is
Yeah,
already having their 35th anniversary? Isaiah Jacobs to the 25, up to the 20, brought down at the 17-yard line. And And that is going to be bringing up 2nd down and 3 for the Owasso Rams. Handicap parking, huh?
Yeah, I hope they all don't have my number.
Well, our friends at Sequoia Point Nursing Center will be happy to set up tours for the class of '83.
Here it comes. Yeah, my phone battery is declining quickly. So that penalty is going to move the ball down inside the 10-yard line. Rams are going to be looking at a 1st and goal, leading 24-0 with 7:23 to go here in the 3rd, and another opportunity knocking at the door here for the Rams.
Twins to the left, one man split to the right. Keeney ready to line up with Jacobs next to him in the gun off the right hash mark. He'll take it here. Another handoff to Jacobs, marred by a procedure call and a flag.
Those are the things that will drive a coach crazy.
I bet they're driving him crazy tonight for sure.
Self-inflicted penalties, especially inside the 10. That's going to back you back out to the 14-yard line.
1st down from the 14. Twins to the left, one man to the right. Another procedure penalty. My goodness.
Come on. That's ridiculous.
They handed off to Jacobs, and the flags flew once again. Man. Well, they're going to bring Owasso back to the 19-yard line on a 5-yard penalty here.
Empty backfield.
Trips to the left, Twins to the right now. Faking a handoff to Jacobs. Keeney busts up the middle. He'll get up to about the 12. Christian Cantu is the defender on the tackle there. .6:16 left to play here. 24-0, Owasso leading. Back to throw. Keeney looking for somebody in the end zone. He was aiming for Van Landingham, but
just don't have the timing down on those out patterns right now.
Diego Hassel, the defender working Van Landingham in the end zone. 6 minutes even left to play here.
Hey, seriously, we want to welcome back the class of 1983. That was a good group of seniors that year, and a good football team as well.
Back to throw. Keeney looking, connecting with Jacobs on a pass down at the 10. Flags flying. 5, touchdown.
We got a hold back here, right on the screen. One of the linemen was holding one of the jerseys of Edmond North. Wow, that's what, 3 penalties in the last 5 plays.
Absolutely.
Cannot be successful if you continue that. Those have got to be cleaned up.
When is your next class reunion?
I'm not sure.
I know that you'll
gotta go back.
You guys
see how many we still have.
You guys will recall fondly Theodore Roosevelt as your commencement speaker. So,
hey, last class to graduate off of Ator Field.
That's true. That is true.
Big deal.
Twins to each side now. It's off the left hash mark. Keeney ready to drop back and throw, aiming for the corner. Can he connect? Almost.
Yeah, we got interference.
An interference call as
Peyton Lusk was going to come back for the football. He adjusted well, but the defender impeded his opportunity to come back for the football.
He had turned around to look before he was hassled there. 5:46 left to play here. We'll see what the penalty does as far as yardage and field position. It's going to move Owasso up quite a bit here. Half the distance to the goal is the determination on the field, and it will remain 3rd down.
At the 11-yard line.
Twins to each side here.
16 on the play clock as Keeney gets the play in from the sideline.
Ready to take the snap. Keeney looking. He'll drop back to throw again. Slinging it up the right side. His receiver drilled at the 8. And that was a completed pass to Preston Hendricks.
He's a backup quarterback.
5:27 to play, 24-0, and Owasso on 4th down. Going to opt to try to kick a field goal here. Christian Johnson setting up from the right hash mark to do the honors. The hold, the kick, hits through the uprights and good. And it's 27-0 with 5:03 left to go in this third quarter. We'll take a break. Back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ram Football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM.
Ram fans, keep up with your favorite team all year long with the official app of Owasso Ram Athletics. A free download in the App Store and Google Play, the Owasso Athletics app will keep you up to date with all things Ram. Schedules, scores, rosters, news, social media, final score notifications, as well as live broadcasts are just a touch away. The official app of the Owasso Rams, proudly presented by Jim Glover Auto Family. Download today for free in the App Store and Google Play.
It will be a valiant return to Norman for Steve Mowry and I, as the last time we were there, Steve had an ill-fated attempt at a selfie with Bob Huggins.
Yep.
So the kickoff fielded at about the 15-yard line, up to the 20, up to the 25 goes the ball carrier, Diego Hassel, or Russell Dilks, I'm sorry, and that'll bring up from the about the 33, first down and 10 for Edmond North.
I just don't think he knew who I really was.
I think
I thought he was calling me down for the photograph, and I may have misinterpreted the sign.
I think had he known who you were.
Oh, absolutely. I'm probably doing sideline pass and all that stuff.
Gladly. I got you as close to a sideline
Yeah,
pass as you
good job,
could.
Mike.
So. Trips out to the right. Shotgun formation once again. Back to throw is Entwistle. He guns it up the middle of the field.
Great defensive play jumping in front.
Off the fingertips of Blaine system.
Wow.
Omar Barker was responsible for breaking that one up, and that brings up 2nd and 10.
What a play, step for step, and then Barker reaches right in front of the receiver at the last moment to knock the ball away. That is how a corner is supposed to follow a receiver and make a play.
2nd and 10. Entwistle with 2 men behind him, twins to the right. I'm sorry, he's going to line up to the gun here, twins to each side. Off the left hash mark, Entwistle handing off. First man through is going to get up to the 30-yard line. The ball carrier, Blake Minnick, for the Huskies.
Hilton Mosby was right there in front of him, and I think it surprised each player that they were so close so quick. Mosby was able to hold him up for just a moment and get some help from fellow Rams.
3rd down and 10 from the 32, back to the original line of scrimmage they'll go. 4:20 left to go in the third quarter. It's a 27-0 lead for Owasso if you're just joining us. Twins to the left, twins to the right. Off the left hash mark goes Entwistle. He'll be back to throw, gunning it up the middle of the field. It's batted down by the Owasso defender, Jake Thomason. Jaden Thomason, yes. 4:02, and that'll bring up 4th down and 10, Steve.
Be sure and get his name right. His grandma will be all over you if you don't miss that. So.
At least his dad, being a man of the cloth, will forgive you.
Yeah,
So,
you hope so.
you think so?
Well, I played basketball against him, and there's moments.
Well, you know.
Nothing rougher than church league basketball.
Back deep to receive is Gage Laney. I've heard some legendary church league stories in my short time in Owasso. 4:02 left to go in the third. Timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 27-0. Our score back in 1 minute on KYFM.
See if we can get a return this time by Gage.
That'd be nice.
Or a block.
Here comes the kick. It is wobbly and a fair catch called for by Gage Laney at the 45-yard line.
Boy, I thought for a moment Gage was going to pull the fake fair catch.
How did I know you were going there?
I don't know.
I said fair catch, and I knew that was coming out of your mouth.
Who was that, Rob? That fair catch, that fake. Who was that against?
Was it Arkansas?
Was it Arkansas? Right. Okay. All right. Yeah. My bad.
Keeps being brought up. I was talking to North Texas booster Ernie Keeney in the pregame, and I mean, it's just like, golly, come on, guys. Back to throw is Keeney as he'll connect with Deuce Mayberry at about the 49-yard line. Second down and 6 to go.
You know, we've talked about it and heard Coach Blankenship talk about it as well, but we're seeing Mayberry get more action on both sides of the football. Dawson Adams getting more action on both sides of the football. We haven't really seen a lot of Mario Kirby in the game here tonight, but we're seeing Dwaylon Reed come in.
Keeney handing off to Jacobs, getting around one defender, getting to the 50, 45, 40, room to run in front of him at the 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Owasso. Isaiah Jacobs running half the length of the field to make it a 33-0 ball game, 3:10 left to go.
Did that where the play was not supposed to go. It was bottled up on the right side. He bounced back, sidestepped here to the near side, and there was nobody in contain, and nobody was going to catch Isaiah Jacobs on the 53-yard touchdown run.
Christian Johnson lining up for the extra point. We'll see what he can do here. 3:10 left to go in this third quarter. The kick up through the uprights and good. 34-0 our score. We'll take a 30-second break. Back after this for the kickoff. This is Owasso Ram football on KYFL. Well, it's a perfect time this weekend to go by another Chapter bookstore. Unfortunately, they won't be around too much longer. They've announced they're closing their doors in November, but their loss is your gain as they have a 25% off sale going through the end of the month. Drop by and see them in the Tie-In Plaza while you still can. Appreciate another Chapter bookstore for being a fine sponsor of Owasso Ram football this season. And best of luck to them in their future. Back deep to receive at the 10-yard line. the Huskies running with it. No fair catch called for there at the 20, up to the 25, up to the 30. Goes the receiver. And he'll be ran out of bounds at the 31.
3:04 left to go here in this third period. Rams lead 34-0. Want to let folks know the Owasso High School Athletic Hall of Fame will be coming up October 13th at 6:30 in the Wellness Center. A great class going in with this group with Cassidy Scoggins, 2007, Jamie German, 2003, Jasmine Webb, a great basketball player for the Rams, Mike Wilson and David Porter, and then my good friend Jacquez Washington.
Handoff, first man through, gets up to the 33-yard line. On the run there is going to be Blake Minnick for Edmond North.
Grant, you look at some of the former Rams and things they're doing. Cole Neff doing a fantastic job down here at the University of Tulsa. He's caught a couple of touchdown passes after transferring over from Oklahoma State University. Pete Cosman got called back up to the Detroit Tigers to finish out the month of September. Brian Flynn still pitching for the Kansas City Royals and Dylan Bundy for the Baltimore Orioles.
2nd and 5, back to throw is Entwistle. He'll drop back, sling it up the right side of the field. Nobody there to get it. That'll bring up 3rd down. A lot of Rams in the professional leagues, and it's good to see.
Aaron Colvin doing a pretty good job for the Houston Texans, and Keon Hatcher still trying to hang on. Did some playing with the Oakland Raiders.
3rd down. About 6 to go here.
Looking down in the crowd, and I see another pretty good Owasso tight end from the past, Matt Gallagher, hanging out here tonight.
Back to throw, Entwistle. He'll sling it up the left side. It's picked off. The Rams taking it the other direction. Deuce Mayberry making the interception there, dragged down at the 38-yard line, trying to go the other way, but that'll turn it over, and it'll be the Owasso Rams football.
2nd interception of the night for Deuce Mayberry. Deuce. As he comes up with the pick that time, it was in great inside coverage on the straight pattern down on the sideline. Get it back to the Ram 37-yard line. 38 maybe.
1st and 10 Owasso as they bring the offense back onto the field here. Keeney with the Twins to the left, one man to the right. Handoff, first man through, gets up to the 40-yard line. And on the run there is Underwood for Owasso.
3rd interception on the evening thrown by Entwistle. Well, actually his 2nd.
2nd down and 9, handoff, back up the middle to the 43. And that'll bring up 3rd down.
C-Matter in the game for the Rams, getting some action there at running back. It's been great to see Isaiah Jacobs in the game, and I think people are getting a glimpse of what a game changer he can be for this Ram running game.
And now handoffs, C-Matter, or actually a keeper rolling up the right side, a connection with Keelan Carney down to the 45-yard line. And that's good enough for a Westerman Financial Services 1st down.
Great read that time by Will Keeney. Fakes the handoff. Looks like he's going to take off to the outside. That draws up the defenders, and he's able to hit the receiver on about an 8 or 9 yard pattern on the outside, just standing there at the sideline. Really puts those defenders in a no-man's zone.
Keeney handing off, first man through, gets up to the 40, down to the 35. Eddie Nava brought down at the 33, another Westerman Financial Services 1st down.
And now we're beginning to see this Ram offensive line impose its will, as Edmond North really slow to get back on the defensive side after each run, slow to pick themselves up off the ground.
35 seconds to play in the 3rd. Twins to each side of the line here. Keeney ready to take the snap. Running taking it up the middle. He'll slide in at the 28-yard line. Flags flying late on the play.
Maybe calling a flag on a late hit, but I'm not sure about that, Grant. That didn't look like it was. We'll watch it again on the jumbotron. Well, it might have been helmet to helmet. That might have been the reason for the call, but there was nothing vicious about the hit.
They're getting together to determine the call here.
Yeah, if you can figure out what it is in the NFL, please let me know. I saw a video the other day where apparently you're supposed to pick up the quarterback, place him on the ground, give him a pillow and a blanket,
yes,
so that you do not get the penalty called upon you for roughing the quarterback.
And also state
yes,
clearly, don't let the bed bugs bite.
Right.
So, oh boy, let's see what.
Yeah, that's going to go deep into Edmond North territory, down inside the 15-yard line for the Rams, 1st and 10.
Another Westerman Financial Services first down on that one.
Probably start the clock as soon as the chains are set. So Rams with an opportunity here to run one more play should they choose to do so. 15
seconds to go here. They'll choose to do so. Handoff Eddie Nava up the left side of the 10. 5 flags flying. Touchdown Owasso if it stands.
It's not going to. I think it's coming back. Man.
The penalties have just
add up. That
really hurt us tonight.
It's going to be 9 now against the Rams. Rob's getting me caught up here. 9 penalties for 80 yards. And this is the things you got to be concerned about, Grant. This is a couple of times that we have scored or been in scoring position, and then we continue to back ourselves out away from the goal line. You've got to convert these opportunities.
First down and 11 with 7 seconds left to play. Keeney with a chance to do one more play here in the third quarter. 34-0 our score. Trips to the right. Handoff, Nava up the middle. They read the play and stopped him short, closed down the lane of traffic there. And as he's brought to the ground, time expires. We put 3 in the books here in Owasso. 34-0 our score. Owasso leading Edmond North. When we come back, the 4th and final quarter of play, this is Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on KYFM.
In the folded flag, we see the heavy price of freedom. Nearly 9 out of 10 dependents of America's fallen and disabled soldiers do not qualify for federal scholarship assistance. The Folds of Honor closes that gap. Join us in this noble mission. Donate today at foldsofhonor.org. This is your call to duty.
Perkins, Jeff Brown, and
Merrill Steve Mowry along with you tonight here on KYFM and on the internet at InsideOwasso.com, where you can watch live. It'll be 2nd and 5 from the 15-yard line.
Looking at these stats, well, we'll run this play and then look at stats through 3 quarters of play.
Brock Crawford has entered the building. He's responsible for the fine video that you see online. The Owasso Sports Network, on the app, and on InsideOwasso.com. Back to throw, Keeney. Aiming for Lusk, touchdown Owasso. Oh, baby, 40-0 our score. He made it look so easy.
He's so athletic, though, that if he can get settled in at that wide receiver spot, Peyton Lusk can be a weapon.
He made it look so easy. It looked like something they'd throw in practice.
Pretty good throw.
That was Pretty easy. Christian Johnson ready to kick the extra point. We'll see what he can do here. Here's the kick. It's up through the uprights and good. 41-0 our score. Owasso leading Edmond North. We'll take a break and be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Rams football presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Nothing in favor of the Owasso Rams over the Edmond North Huskies. I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mowry as the Rams kick from left to right. It's end over end, and it is going to be fielded at the 5-yard line. Dilks to the 15, to the 20, up to the 25-yard line, and that's where he'll be brought down. 1st and 10, Edmond North.
And I want to remind folks about the Hall of Fame banquet coming up. That'll be October 13th at 6:30 in the Wellness Center. If you haven't been to one of these, you really ought to come by and just check it out once and see those in the past who have been inducted and those who are going to be inducted. We'll really bring back a lot of memories of historic Owasso athletics, and we got a great class going in this year. You know, I remember seeing Jasmine Webb dominate on the basketball court. She goes on down to NSU. Mike Wilson, back in '84, doing a good job in track and football as well.
Quick pitch goes wrong for Edmond North as the quarterback with a quick toss to Damon Murphy. In at quarterback is Ryan Mann.
He had a pass intercepted earlier in the ball game on a flea flicker play. Also in the Hall of Fame, Jacquez Washington, for those that don't know, fantastic running back for Owasso, and then played 4 years at Iowa State.
Man back to throw. His pass falls short. He's coaching at UCLA.
Well, he was on the staff here for the Rams last year as they won that state championship, and then got on staff at UCLA for the Bruins. He's also in my fantasy football league, and
good guy to have.
Trying to beat him. No, he's not on my team. He's in my league. I gotta beat him. Okay. Yeah.
I bring the collective group down when I play fantasy football. My fantasies in football are hoping the Razorbacks will win this Saturday. Anyway, we've got a timeout on the field. 11:15 left to play. It's 41-0 in favor of Owasso. We'll take a 30-second break and be back after this on KYFM.
To get great care for your everyday life, you need more than an everyday doctor. You need one that listens. And that's just what Ascension doctors at St. John do. Listening to you helps us see your whole picture. And with care teams who take the time to understand you, getting the care you need when and where you need it has never been easier. Find care that is right for you at getstjohncare.com.
Tyler Mann, the quarterback, he will gun it up the middle of the field and connect with an open receiver as we're out of the break. Chris Jagosh is the receiver, and that'll bring up 4th down here for the Edmond North Huskies. 41-0 if you're just joining us. 10:49 left to play here.
It's a lot more fun when you win.
Absolutely.
Been on that 3-game losing streak. You knew the Rams had the ability to get it going, and they've put it together here tonight.
Don't forget Thursday we'll be at Norman North. Trip down the turnpike to the city. And now a quick kick after a run. Gage Laney We'll watch as it's marked off at about the 29-yard line, and that is where
I think they're going to bring it back up to about the 34 where it was first touched.
Owasso will have it 1st and 10 here.
Who do the Hogs play this week?
We got Texas A&M tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Alabama next week.
Hey, that'll be fun.
We take on
For about 3 minutes.
A&M at Jerry's World. Our friend Keith, too, has been begging me to get him tickets to the Alabama game. He's a Tide fan.
That's too bad.
Handoff. First man through is going to get up to about the 38-yard line. I told him he could have mine. As Eddie Nava will march forward, and that'll bring up 2nd down and about 6.
Hurrying up to the line of scrimmage. Got a new quarterback.
Preston Hendricks in at quarterback. Hand off to Nava. Nava up to the 40-yard line, up to the 41. That'll be a gain of about 3 on the play. This is the first time we've seen Preston Hendricks in at quarterback this year that I can remember, unless I'm wrong.
We got wound up in a sophomore season with him, though, because we were down to what? Quarterback number 4, I think it was at that
In one
point.
game.
Wow. In one game, yeah.
Hendricks rolling out to the right, guns it up the field and connects with Keelan Carney down at the 44-yard line. That's good enough for a Westerman Financial Services 1st down.
And Josh Proctor was our backup quarterback, and he went down, and I think we had Jared St. John. He goes down, and then Henry. I mean, we were talking about who has 4 people at quarterback on the depth chart.
41-0 our score, 9:09 left to play.
Eddie Nava just went beast mode.
And he knocked down about 5 people getting down to the 27-yard line.
He just bowled somebody over. They're going to want to get on the front seat of the bus so they don't have to walk too far back.
9 minutes left to play.
You know, too, Eddie Nava's done a good job for us, but I think having Isaiah Jacobs back has taken some pressure off of him because he's a solid runner.
Hendricks with a quick handoff to Eddie Nava. Nava up the left side, gets to the 20, up to the 15, 10, 5, diving toward the end zone.
It's
Not quite
back
there, but it's going to be coming back as a flag flying near the 18-yard line.
That's going to be holding against the Rams on the outside, pretty obvious.
With 8:32 left to go, a 41-0 lead here. And the Rams will be knocked back a bit as we come up on the 10 o'clock hour. They'll wind the clock into motion here with 8:30 left to play. Hendricks in with a quick handoff. First man through is going to be drilled at the 25-yard line, and that's Seamatter on the run.
8:10 to go here in the 4th. Rams have been in, for the most part, complete control of this whole ball game. Edmond North just hasn't been able to find a way to generate any points.
2nd down.
Hendricks on the keeper, gets maybe 4 on the play, maybe just 3.
Got up to about the 23-yard line. Hendricks ready to take the snap off the left hash mark on 3rd down here. Looks toward the sideline once again. He's got Nava set up next to him. Hendricks dropping back, rolling to the right this time, looking to throw, slings it toward the corner. Is it caught?
Yes.
Yes, touchdown. Owasso, 47-0.
The freshman comes down with that's a top 10 ESPN Sports Center catch right there.
Keelan Carney with his first touchdown of the season for the Rams.
You're going to want to go back and watch that on tape. Fantastic. The defender is right in front of him, facing him. Carney is able to go up, reach above the defender's helmet, and make the catch.
7:20 left to play here. The kick through the uprights. Good, 48-0 our score. 7:20 left to play in this one. We're back after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on InsideOwasso.com and KYFM 100.1.
Hi, I'm Dr. Naveen Colombia, orthopedic surgeon with Tulsa Bone and Joint in Owasso. The big thing is that we're here, we're local, and our goals are to provide a quick appointment, but spend time with each patient to explain everything that's going on. We are the official physicians of the Owasso Rams, but we're real excited and very proud to serve the community in Owasso and the surrounding area. Tulsa Bone and Joint obviously has a great reputation in the region, and we bring all of that power here to Owasso.
$48-0 our score. 7:20 left to play in this one. Glad you're with us tonight here on KYFM and online at InsideOwasso.com. As the Rams kicking it away from left to right, it's end over end. And it's going to be fielded at the 3-yard line. They'll take it out to the 15, to the 20, busting through at the 30, up to the 40. Down to the 43-yard line on the return there for the Huskies is Russell Dilks, and he'll have it 1st and 10 at the 43. Thursday night on the road to Norman North.
Some of the great hope for the West Side.
What time we leaving? Don't you leave for those games like
About
11 a.m.?
About what?
That's what I thought. I think the first time we discussed it, Renee Mallory's exact quote was, "I hope you have all day." From the left hash mark, Twins to the left, and man the quarterback. The whistles blow, and I think we've got a timeout taken by Edmond North. Or no, it's going to be a penalty. Sorry. They're going to knock them back to 1st down and 15. They'll be brought back to the 38-yard line.
Rams handled Norman North last year, 53-21.
Handoff as the ball carrier will get up to the 45-yard line. On the run there is Zach Russell for Norman North. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8.
Bryce Cabrera had 4 touchdowns in that ball game, and then a couple of guys named Stoops were playing for the Timberwolves. But that did not thwart the Rams at all as they came away with a resounding victory in district play.
Is it likely that we will see Oklahoma's official campus ambassador in the audience? Handoff, first man through, gets up to the 48-yard line.
Barry Switzer?
No.
Oh.
The other one.
Oh, sorry.
Did I hear that you got to hang out with Coach Switzer not too long ago?
Got to introduce him the other night. That was a thrill.
3rd down and 5 for the Edmond North Huskies.
Hey, the guy's 80 years old, and I'm telling you, he's just as charismatic now as he's ever been. The guy is just, when you get around him, he's just like him or not, he's a phenomenal guy to listen to.
I've sat with him at Arkansas games. He's hilarious. 3rd down and 5. Handoff, or faking a handoff. Man runs instead. He'll be brought down to the 49. Fumble on the play. Who's got it?
Rams.
Owasso will take over here, 1st and 10 at the Edmond North 49-yard line.
Like Dylan Gilbert on the recovery, 6'3", 235-pound offensive lineman. He's a sophomore. And granted, people are paying attention. We do not have many seniors on this ball club. We're going to lose Hilton Mosby at the end of this season and Will Keeney, 2 fantastic players. But we've got a lot of sophomores and juniors, and I hear the freshman class as well. Ram football is well on the rise, so this group's got a lot to pull from, and this group right here tonight especially still has an opportunity to make some noise.
Preston Hendricks back in at quarterback, handing off. First man through is going to be Seamatter. He'll get to the 40, down to the 35, down to the 30-yard line. That's another Westerman Financial Services first down. And they'll move up those chains in a big way as now Owasso knocking on the door, maybe trying to make this a 55-0 ball game by the time they're done.
I'm sure they're just trying to run out the clock, but Seamatter, who is 5'8", 162, kind of one of those scat backs that likes to move across the field. Rams now with 371 yards in the game, only 170.
One man set behind the quarterback, Hendricks. Seamatter trying to press forward. They're reading pretty well and stopping at the original line of scrimmage, or just shy of it by a yard to bring up second down and 11. 4:52 left to go in this ball game. 48-0 our score. Rams on top of the Huskies here at Owasso Stadium. As we come to the top of the hour, we'll remind you that you're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville from the Osage Casino Studios. Handoff. First man through gets down to the 30-yard line. Not sure if I'm saying it right. Eat, play, and stay at Osage. Is that what they... I might get a memo on that. I'm not sure. 4:10 left to go. Clock still rolling with the ball spotted at the 30-yard line.
It's actually Derek Overstreet in at running back.
Handoff, Overstreet, flags on the play as he's drilled near the 33. I know we were corrected at Union, but we went on ahead and went with the roster. They'll have that corrected by the time we get to Norman North next week.
Sure.
4th down and 9 to go at the 3:47 mark in this ball game. And they're going to bring in the special teams here.
We're going to try a long field goal.
They're going to try it.
What is that,
47
yard field goal?
Yeah.
48. Excuse me.
Mr. Numbers,
That's
Rob
guy over here
Williams.
Throwing water bottles.
Here's the kick. It's low and won't go anywhere.
Got tipped.
Yeah. But hey, we're still up 48-0. So as we'll take a quick time, I'll be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM. Our score here as the Owasso Rams try to run down the clock in this one, Steve Mowry.
Rams will improve to 2-3 on the season, 1-1 in district play.
So we'll see what Edmond North can do here. 2nd down and 5, man in at quarterback still from the left hash mark. Twins to each side of the line here. Man back to throw, slings it up the middle of the field, and his receiver drilled right where he stood.
Tristan Prophet.
He was aiming for Zach Russell, and Tristan Prophet, the man with the plan, as he drilled him where he stood. 2:26 and the clock rolling. Man on each side of the quarterback. Man. Handoff. Russell's going to be brought down behind the line of scrimmage for About 3 yards lost. 2:05 left to play here. We're going to have to vote on the McDonald's player of the game.
Got a couple of candidates vying for that here this evening. Isaiah Jacobs finishes with 149 yards on 20 carries and a touchdown. He might be the front runner. On the defensive side, Deuce Mayberry has a couple of interceptions, and then you got Profit on special teams. This can go any direction.
Man back to throw, slings it up the left side of the field at the 30-yard line. Bryce Helton is drilled
by Braxton Bickham.
1:22 left. Clock still rolling here.
Nice tackle. Got some help there again by Tristan Profit.
I hear the horns honking in the parking lot. If you're listening, give us a honk if you're leaving the game here. I heard 2 horns.
Yeah.
Minute left here. Man on the keeper rolls to the left, and he's
smothered by Owasso Ram defenders.
What was that old Supreme song? Nowhere to run.
Nowhere to hide.
48 seconds left. Clock still rolling. I think nominations coming forth for the McDonald's player of the game. I think Rob was putting out a vote for Isaiah Jacobs.
You going with that, Rob? Oh, my son said Isaiah Jacobs. So
a vote from the 3rd generation of the Mowry Funeral Service going for
if his vote counted, we'd use it, but he's ineligible.
Grant Mowry's kind of like a woman in the 1890s, just can't vote. Rolling out to the right, he's going to be tackled here.
Edmond North really struggles on special teams, and especially in the punting game. They try to use that rugby-style punt, and it just has not worked out well for them here this evening. This one is about to wind down. So we think we may have a unanimous vote.
I say welcome back Isaiah Jacobs.
Yeah, I think he came back, had a couple of fumbles, but he's been off for 4 weeks, trying to get better. And you come back with just about 150 yards your first night back on 20 carries. That's a pretty workmanlike evening. I know I want to credit that Owasso Ram offensive line tonight as well.
Handoff, first man through is going to be stopped at about the 18-yard line, and that's the last play of the game. This one is over tonight as the Owasso Rams beat the Edmond North Huskies 48-0, breaking a 3-game losing streak on their home field and getting ready for a road trip in 6 days to Norman North. We will take a timeout. When we come back, the First United Bank Mortgage Group Ram recap starts, and we will have a complete look at tonight's ball game. Stay with us. This is Owasso Ram football on KYFM, presented by InsideOwasso.com.